Hey guys, before this video starts, we just want to do a little quick shout out to the list of all of you right here. This is the Titan tier Patreons that support us on the donation tier. We just want to say thank you for all the support that you guys give us. It means a lot that you guys do this for us, and without you, we wouldn't be able to go at the rate that we're going at with this channel.
We love y'all.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, I'm Will.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Adam, and we are
Working Title!
You guys want something to drink?
Yeah, don't mind if I do.
Is this the right one, sir?
I'll take this one, actually. Thank you for the suggestion.
I'll take this one. Here, you take that one.
It's a vengeance time!
No, I hate you so much.
It's a vengeance
God.
time!
I can't unhear it.
Guys, last on, Ish is hitting the fan.
Big time.
Zachary is done. Aaron has escaped.
Oh, and the bondage chair is gone too.
Rip the
Thank the
bondage
Lord.
chair. And
Don't do that.
Aaron is trying to find Zeke and Historia.
Yeah.
Armin and Mikasa, I almost called her Yelena, are trying to find Aaron and figure out what's going on. And the military might just submit to them
Yeah.
for their own survival.
We didn't even talk about that last recording.
Which one?
That the
The
military
military is going to submit to Aaron.
Yeah.
We didn't. I mean, hey, they don't really have an option. We said it in the reaction.
Yeah.
But, guys, if you like the video, leave a like, hit the subscribe button, because 70% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel who are watching this. So if you're watching this right now, hit the subscribe button. We really appreciate it. Hit the notification bell so you know when we drop more of the AOT reactions, and comment down below what you guys think of the episode. There's Patreon in the description as well if you guys want to watch these episodes 1 week in advance.
And it's not a market substitute, guys. Go on whatever anime streaming service you prefer. Watch AOT over there first, then come back to YouTube and watch our reaction. We love you guys so much. Punch it.
Boom!
This is also, because we didn't say the episode or any of that stuff,
Oh.
this is episode 72 of Attack on Titan, Children of the Forest.
Goat reference.
Goat reference. Got reference?
Got.
Got reference.
Night King. Let's go. We're in this.
Spoiler. Turn it up, please. I thought I had the remote over here. It's my phone.
This is not good.
No.
Nothing's ever good on a breezy day.
Yeah, that means a storm's coming.
No, this is, guys.
Yep, it's happening.
Turn it up.
Oh, wait. What?
ガス兵器というものだ。そのガスは俺の脊髄液を含んでいる。
Some of my spinal fluid?
ユミルの民は直後に
That's why they were frozen on the
彼の自
plane.
由が奪われ、あとは俺が命令するだけで道を通じて巨人の力が座標に送り込まれる。
Wait. Is this now?
No.
This is back in time! Oh
Yeah.
my gosh!
通りに動くってわけだ。
Look at, it's
one
all
of
of
our-
them.
There's Connie's mom.
No, she was down below. On the building.
Yeah, I remember she was stuck.
Bearded shit.
覚えておけクソヒゲ。ああ、俺だ
Rugako.
って避けたかったさ。
Rugako.
だが、やらなければ俺の真意がエルディア復権にあると
So he was sided with them all the way back
希望を
then.
もたらすことは叶わなかっただろう。
I'm telling you, since a child, that doctor,
Yeah,
man.
you're right.
お前が耳かすほどの罪悪感も覚えちゃいねえってことがよくわかる。本当にエルディアを救うつもりなのか知らねえが、当の人命に興味がねえのは確か
I
に。
love Levi so much.
お前モテねえだろ。勝手に人の気持ちを分かった気になるなよ。
True.
モテたことくらい。ああ、そうかい。それで、俺とエレンが会って
Oh boy.
実験を開始するのはいつだ。決めるのは俺じゃね
The rumbling?
They
I
don't
love-
even know what's going on.
Wow, so it wasn't like, he didn't like, I would have assumed he went into that town and like, you know,
Hey
here's your shot, or
Yeah.
you want, I'm a market,
I'm a doctor.
or like, hey, I'm a wine merchant, I'm selling super cheap stuff, drink.
Wine shots!
Yeah.
Let's go, bitch!
Well, ever since the wine thing that we're starting to talk about, I was like, maybe that's how he did it. Just like a...
So he used gas. That has to be important that he brought it up because maybe somehow, maybe the wine bottles when they open it are just going to be gas and not going to be wine. Like they just open it and like emit it in the air.
Or it's like something gaseous turned into liquid. Well, maybe that... So maybe... I was thinking maybe the gas is like the blood that you take from him and then you just turn it into a gaseous form and spread
That's
it, right?
what he said. It was
Yeah.
the spinal fluid.
So then it's probably just... That's what it is. They're just dipping the liquid into the drinks.
Yeah, but they still have to...
When did they have time to do that?
Who the hell knows? I mean, they've been prepping his whole life for this. He has.
Children of the Forest. I'm really
This is
afraid.
a restaurant?
I mean, it could be like a hotel, restaurant type of deal. Y'all fixing to eat?
Yeah, remember, they're from out of the city, so they might be staying here and also eating.
They're gonna know.
マーレ人の知り合いができるだけでも心強いよ。
Yeah, Nikolai.
Fudge.
Nikolai.
No, but he's gonna recognize. And this is also the kid who killed the girl he likes.
Yes.
Do you think he'll recognize Gabby? He knows about warrior candidates.
But he's been over here for like a couple years at this point.
You got a banging restaurant, dude.
あの人がブラウスさんを招いたマーレ人のニコラさん。あの人を頼ってみて。ブラウスさんが兵士でもないのになんでここに。
Because his daughter. Oh,
お姉ちゃんはブラウスさんの娘で兵士だった。
Sasha.
お墓に来てくれたニコラさんがお姉ちゃんに食べてもらうはずだった料
They're
理
gonna.
を見せてほしい。
I wonder how they're gonna find out.
私、二人が恋人同士だったと思ってるけどね。
Gabby's gonna realize, yeah.
I think he realized it.
こんな時に誰だ
Oh
調査兵団
God.
もちろん仕事に戻って構わないよ。ただ後で話をさせてもらいたいだけなんだ。
話
Oh God, the kids are in another room too.
Yeah.
Scouts will know who they
あ
are.
るだろう悩みとかさ。
義勇兵が拘束された件だ聞き取り調査に協力してくれ
Anya Capone has no chill.
分かった
Oh God, he knows something's up.
Yeah, he's a bit defensive.
こんな兵があったんだ。
どうせケンペイさんは御用達だな
The wine.
Wine.
No! No! No, 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 no,
John,
no,
don't do
no.
this.
何でも上官たちしか飲めねえって話
Oh, they're gonna tease us with this. I hope they don't drink it
調査
though.
兵団じゃ上官だろ。
ああ俺たちだって美味しい思いしたっていたろちょっとくらい本当にそれだ
Yeah.
Okay, Nicola likes them. Oh, I forgot.
ちょっとふざけただけじゃねえか大げさだなおい
Yeah. He knows it.
That is the one too. That's the one he was
人
showing.
にはもったいない代物なんだよ何人だとかどうとか関係ねえだろ
No! No. Say it's bad wine or something.
なめなれしいんだよちょっとしたし
He's trying to get them to get out of there.
捕虜の分際でってかこれで弱い子だなクリアジ
Why couldn't you have just like said, this isn't good wine, it's old.
どうしたんだ
Old wine's good.
わけわかんねえよ
Also, by the way, that's when you would have those lines, like these faces
Yes.
right now, not like just normal.
Nervousness.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh.
お腹が痛い。大丈夫かいベン。
なんか当たったんかもしれんぞ
トイレに行けば助かるかもしれない。
What do you think he's up
What is
to?
happening?
They're going to talk to Nicola.
Oh.
頑張って。
Wait, she said good luck.
Yeah, because she knows.
Oh.
She knows they're Marlians.
私たちはマーレから来ました。戦士候補生です。
この島にはもうじき世界中の軍隊からなる大攻勢が仕掛けられると思われます。
それまでどうか耐えてくだ
Oh,
さい。
but he knows something else is.
このことを仲間のマーレ人に伝えてください。
Shit, fuck.
ちょっと待ってくれどうして戦士候補生がここにいるんだ
レベリオクが島の悪魔どもに奇襲を受けたんです。
They're gonna.
私たちは退却する敵の飛行船に飛び乗ったままこの島に上陸しました。
So many parties right now. Oh, run.
女の兵士
He's gonna kill this kid. Oh! She didn't say
Gabby,
that.
run!
兵が私たちの故郷
Oh, I don't wanna see this.
はこれからです。私たちは卑怯な悪魔どもになって
No,
生きようぜ。
no.
お前が
Oh, and Falco knows all of it.
Oh my god, he's gonna give
They're
it.
gonna turn into Titans! They're gonna turn into Titans! They're gonna turn into Titans! Ah!
Oh!
No! 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 Not Falco! Ah! You bastard! Ah! No! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh no!
Oh!
He just.
Okay, Falco has to eat somebody.
Oh my god!
こいつです。こいつがあなたの娘を。
Oh my god, I cannot.
You're telling the wrong people. That dad will not be upset. I mean, he'll be upset, but he'll forgive him. I think, right? I mean, her. Shh.
どうだ。あなたが殺さないなら俺が殺しますが、構いませんね。
Oh, come on.
Oh.
Oh no! You couldn't have peeked, Armin?
坊主はお前の何だ。お前かぶってこうなってるな。お前の大事な人が俺にも大事な人がいた。
You're not gonna. Maybe as soon as he draws blood, he'll turn.
だが彼女は誰よりも俺の料理をうまさまに食った。
Oh my gosh.
クソみたいな戦争から俺を救ってくれたんだ。 人を喜ばせる料理を作るのが本当の俺なんだと教えてくれた。サシャ・ブラウス。生まれた彼女の名前だ。
私だって大事な人たちを殺された。そのサシャ・ブラウスに撃ち殺された。だから報復してやった。先に殺したのはそっちだ。
知るかよ、こっちが先とか。
Yeah.
目を覚まして。あなたはマーレの兵士でしょ。その悪魔の女に惑わされてる。悪魔なんかに負けないで。
What a horrible little kid.
包丁を渡しなさい。
He won't do it.
No, I think he's good.
I feel like he
Take away the knife. Please, don't disappoint me, Mr. Bro.
maybe he'll.
No, don't kill yourself either,
Yeah, I think
please.
he'll kill himself if he does anything.
I don't like any of this, guys.
He's gonna kill himself.
Oh, I don't like any of this.
そこまでです。ブラウス。
Wait,
置いてください。
You think he's about
he already had the wine.
サシャは狩人やった。
はい。
5名頃から弓を教えて。
Why is he gonna cut his hand?
He's the 10th Titan, I knew it.
No, no, no.
けど同じ生き方が続けられん時代が来ることは分かっとったから、兵士になったサシャはよその土地に攻め入り人を撃ち、人に撃たれた。森を出たつもりが世界の命に代替を続ける巨大な森の中やったんや。
Yeah.
サシャが殺されたのは森を
Forest for too long.
Staying in the old ways.
この森から出してやらんという
Great analogy.
ところをぐるぐる回るだけ。
Protect the kids, bro.
だから過去の罪や憎しみを背負うのは
ニコラさん、礼を話しなさい。
Oh, they're such good
You
people.
can't now. Everything's fucked.
よし、リサ、ゆっくり動かせよ。
He's got, the music's picking up, dude. This isn't good.
大丈夫か。
Do you really care about me? Not hate me?
Oh my god! Holy shit.
I can't. I can't.
Well, that was a nice dinner, guys.
Oh my god.
すっかりメインが冷めちまった。
Horrible dinner. What a horrible dinner.
そのガキの口をゆすいでやってくれ。あのワインが入っちまった。も
Yep.
Just tell him. Just tell him. Come on.
あのワインには
あ
何が入っていたの？
It's Zeke's music. Zeke's music.
You were
Zeke's
freaking.
music.
You were freaking right.
Oh hell.
You were right.
Ape Titan freaking music.
You were right. His spinal fluid was freaking in the wine.
今壁内は実質的にイエーガー派によって
What sucks is Levi's surrounded by how many people right now?
エレンやイエレナを介して実行した
Too many that have all been drinking the wine.
I mean, he killed like what? At least 15.
イエーガー派の要求通りエレンをジークの元まで案内する手はずとなっておりますエレンの命を何度も救った
Saved him over and over again.
何人もの仲間が死んだ
Look at the
それ
visuals.
が人類が生き残る希望だと信じて
Man,
そう信じた結果が
you couldn't have known, man.
Petra.
まるでひでえ冗談だな俺たちが見てた希望ってのは一体何だったんだあの死闘の結果がこの茶番だと、ワインに地域の脊髄液が入ったって
Just say it all,
確
man.
証もないこのワインは第1回調査船から大量に積まれていた短期の調査船には不要な酒と量だった
Oh wow. Okay.
このワインを兵団組織交換内に優先して振る舞うように
High-ranking
誰からだ
officers.
Yeah, that has to be.
Yep.
Yelena.
Yep.
俺の知る限りじゃあいつだけがそう
So
働き
it Yelena really was plotting this from the beginning.
兵は分からないが
Yeah. Look, Anya's confused too.
初耳です
Yeah.
でもおかしいだろジークの脊髄液を飲んだエルディア人は硬直するんだろジークがそう言っただけだ誰もその現場を見たわけじゃない
So he's been lying about
Ooh,
that.
ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. Okay. So was that gas scene not a real thing?
That wasn't with the scouts.
Yeah, but that's the thing he told Levi.
No, but I think it's a lie because she just said the little lie had an enormous effect on like what they're planning.
マルヘなら知っているジークの脊髄液が今までどう使われた
Wow.
10年ほど前
Oh gosh!
Oh, look at
In
that.
one night?
一晩で落とした
Oh my god.
何百もの巨人が街中に湧いて出たからだ
Ugh.
兵団のお偉方に飲ませなき
To
ゃ
dismantle the order, no one will be in charge, so Aaron and Zeke will be left in charge.
子供を殺すなんて
At least you're one of the first to openly admit something you did horrible
Yeah.
right off the bat, man.
And trying to actually atone, not atone by murdering thousands of other people.
私を守ったの別に
Oh. And little Gabby even was like, "You actually don't hate me."
殺さないよ私を殺したくて仕方ないんでしょ殺したくないよ
Yeah.
殺すって君はそればっかりだ
Yeah,
Yeah.
誰かとそっ
just like little.
Oh my God! Oh! Oh! That's the picture. Oh, that's the picture I was talking about, guys. Oh.
本次団長
Oh.
Oh, Flock, you bastard.
会えてよかったその申し出は断りました
Uh.
我々は兵団と交渉しないそれはなんでかなエレンの
Yeah,
判断
Aaron has
Yeah.
definitely either seen stuff in
我
the
々
future.
に島の命運を委ねるような賭けはしない
Okay.
今頃大
No,
忙
Pixis
し
is too smart.
聞けば何でも答えてくれるほどの親切な部下になりますかそれかあなたの部下ではないと示すべきでしょうそうなる前にご同行をフロック聞くんだ私たちは仲間同士で争い合っている場合じゃないジークの脊髄液が混入したワインが兵団内で振る舞われた
Yeah, I know.
我々はジークの計画に踊らされているんだよだとしてもバカな憲兵どもがでかい
That's
もういい
funny.
ですか
Can we go?
憲兵団が飲まされたとは言ってないぞまさか
Yeah, exactly.
New.
知ってたの
Oh.
This little bastard.
Holy
Use your
shit.
inside voice, please. Flock, you devil.
先に行くぞああ
Ron Weasley, asshole.
フロックたちと来た
She wants to kill him so bad.
How much time? Do we hit the
That's about to
halfway?
end.
お前らと話がしたくてな。
It's over.
Oh my god, I
Fuck
want to watch
this.
more. I can't. I can't.
No, we can't watch more.
Come on,
We
man!
can't watch more.
Oh
We-
my
we got
god, this
spoiled.
is garbage!
Three this week. I hate that we only have 3 more. I feel like there's so much stuff we have to get accomplished.
There's still a whole another half a season.
I know. Gosh, dang. Why does this show have to end soon, and then we're stuck with My Hero that has like 5 more seasons? This is not even right. Like, this is so damn good. I could watch it on and on. The new declared piss seat. It is official.
I sat through 4 recordings.
I know. You haven't actually gone like pee since season 3.
Sam, invert the video. Oh! Yeah!
Oh my gosh. Why was this episode called Children of the Forest? Why was this episode called Children of the Forest? Wow.
Oh, should I wait for him to come back?
I mean, you can say your immediate thought.
I need more, goddammit, is my immediate thought. I still feels like we're just getting teased.
Why do you give me that look?
I'm just very happy, very satisfied.
With the episode?
Absolutely. I'm very glad we stayed tonight for another one.
Yeah, that was a good. That was a good.
It was
one.
a very good move.
That was a good cliffhanger one to end on.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I'm like hyped.
I want it so mad.
I'm so hyped.
Okay, I have to say, funniest thing, I've never clutched onto you like that in an episode. I jumped onto you for like protection. I'm like, Sam!
I saw it in my periph because I didn't want to take my eyes off the screen.
Dude, I was having like an aneurysm slash
so
hernia
zoned
slash
in.
hemorrhoid breakout. I was like dying. I don't know if that's the proper terminology, but definitely like dying. We can talk about that. That's the big chunk for the second half. What even started the episode? Well, the first scene was Zeke,
explaining the gas spinal fluid.
and that was all the way back to season 2, before the Ape Titan episode.
Now, I won't, not to jump too far ahead to jump to the talk, but he lied about saying that people were stationary for it.
Like, people were present for it.
No, that they
froze.
couldn't move, that they were slowed down and froze in place, like
Yeah.
they died. Now, okay, maybe he didn't lie, but maybe that's how it worked back then. But they said, but Nicolo said 10 years ago they did it, and then they took over a capital city of
In
a country
one
in
night.
one night. So, like, I would have ventured to say that
Gas that had to have been gas.
no, it was drinks. They did the
Yeah.
same thing, like with the wine.
So they just let it circulate.
Yeah, and but no one knew about it. Like they were okay.
Oh, maybe it's not like everybody became a Titan, but like a majority of the population.
Yeah, no. Regardless, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying because remember, Zeke, when he told Levi, he said that people would pass out and like freeze or they couldn't move.
He lied.
Yeah, like that's a lie. Like they could keep moving because they were able to do this, spread the wine out for 2 years.
Because it'd be
or
abundantly
whatever.
clear that something's happening.
Yes.
Basically, so HO would know to look for bodies stiff if something was going amiss.
Yeah.
But in reality, it can stay in your system and you wouldn't know. So then,
Who is this Heicho? Who do you keep referencing?
Levi.
Okay.
It's Captain in Japanese.
That's
Okay.
Hancho Levi.
That's
okay.
what Aaron always calls him.
リヴァイ兵長リヴァイ兵長リヴァイ兵長のことを兵長好きでリヴァイ兵長が兵長兵長兵長兵長
So then, how would you what's up with the people's faces on the plane? Does that have anything to do with anything?
When we were some earlier comments, and I don't know if it was Discord or comments, but they said that it was either the fact that they were drugged or they knew the fate that they were going to meet, so they were all kind of like in a weird
State.
state
Oh,
of being.
okay. Kind of like how Dina was a smiley Titan because she was smiling out of joy when she fell.
Yeah.
Maybe like last pose is something indicating, all right, well, there you go. There's your answer. The guy who goes beep, beep, beep. He was having a fun old time partying. It has to be what it is. I'm saying it right now because we're not getting an answer to that.
Yeah. But yeah, so he explained what was going on.
So did that like really work out how you think? Other than the bodies not being stationary, do you really think the Cart Titan and the Marlians all rolled up on a town?
Yeah, I mean, in
really, you think?
I think that it really could have worked the same. Like, I think the gas thing and maybe everyone passing out from the gas could have worked, but I think that it's not true that just because you ingest his serum that you just like conk out. Like, it was true for that because they were able to put everyone down and put them in the barrels so they could place them for the golden ring that like we've been talking about.
Fire.
So it's still very likely that a couple of men hopped on the Cart Titan. They pull up to Ragako, shoot in the gas, but so I mean, this is all just small stuff. But like, do you think he was like an immediate raise and started his operation? The Cart Titan just went back to base, and then we see where we pick up with Meech, and the monkey just ushers them towards Meech and the group.
Yeah,
and the cart just dips out.
No, I don't think the cart went home. The cart maybe,
scouted for another village.
No, well, because they showed that they loaded everyone up from Ragako or Ragako. So maybe it's like he took half, or Peaks took half, and then Zeke took half. And so it's like, PK, just go wait by Shiganshina. Go wait to the southmost city, and I'll meet you there, like, in a couple days. You know what I mean? Because he goes forward, does his little shindig, yelling, screaming for, I would assume, Annie, Reiner, and Bertold, and Marcel, because we don't know. I mean, I would assume they wouldn't know that he's dead, and then they go back. So.
Basically declare, hey, Monk is in the premise.
I'm in the house!
Real quick, while we're still talking about the monkey complications, with the Titans being around Shiganshina during Season 3, Part 2, do we think that he just placed people out?
Yeah, I mean, Peaks had all those barrels on their back, and they clearly showed them loading a body in the barrel and pushing it in that scene. So Peaks, they probably just had Peaks drop off some little, barrels in the circle, and they were just placed there.
Maybe just like they kept them in the barrel so they couldn't escape. That makes sense.
They could have buried. They probably buried them too. So if the person woke up and was able to get away, they couldn't. They would just wake up and be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, for sure. That's actually that makes sense. The next thing,
I don't know. Was it?
I feel like
the restaurant.
I feel like the next very thing was them showing up at the restaurant.
Yeah.
And we were talking about just like the big building, and it's probably a hotel /
restaurant.
Just a really nice venue. Mr. Browse is bringing in the orphans for a nice night.
God, I thought they kept talking about Reiner, but he's Braun, right?
Braun.
I was so confused.
Browse. And it's also confusing too because they refer to Gabby as Braun. Like, Braun, go find Reiner or whatever. Find the other Braun.
Yeah.
They go inside.
And Kaio was like, "Hey, there's a Marley in here. He can help you guys." Like, that was the whole shtick of it.
And immediately, during dinner, they try to dip out and go talk to Niccolo. It's crazy how fast this episode was. When was the halfway point? Because that's almost the next leading thing to the big stuff. When was
it involved food, so I think it was
knocking over the head.
I think.
Okay, yeah, because that had to have been because that's like when I was trying to take a breath. Yes, because the very next thing is they go down. They see Niccolo, but Falco, meanwhile, is already putting together that Niccolo's probably
They're talking about
guy.
Sasha. They're saying Sasha is probably the one that everyone's talking about, this soldier that died.
Yeah, because Kaio was saying that he really loved this woman from this family, so...
Yeah.
He was putting it together before little Gabby, so Gabby goes down to talk to Niccolo.
Yeah, I killed one of them. I killed a few, actually.
Dude,
we're gonna get revenge on these devils, dude.
And he was like, wait.
Fucking shit.
That's so wild. I love the show for, like, everybody has their own, like, objectives. Like, some people might be aligned with certain teams, but, like, even in this moment, like, you don't even know where Niccolo, like, actually is, like, sided. He's just on his own side.
Yeah.
Because he is a Marleyan who's come over here.
And fallen in love with an Eldian.
Fallen in love with an Eldian. He knows about some hints of what some of Zeke's people might be up to. Whether he knows who was involved in that. Like, he might not even know that Zeke isn't a part of, like, I don't know how much he knows about Zeke, but, like, he knows that there's wine sent over with Zeke's intentions to serve it to people.
Yeah.
And then... Yeah, and then he's still, like, serving them. It's just wild. And then, of course, a Marleyan shows up, one of his people, who's also an Eldian.
That's not military police, right? Or is he talking about military personnel?
No, the MPs, military police.
Okay.
People in power. Because I think they
remember, they were the when Jean and Connie are in there, they're like, oh, only the military police get to drink this stuff.
Okay.
And only the higher up military police. Well, we're higher up scouts.
Sense.
We should get to drink it. And that's it's like, no, don't do it. And earlier we saw Niall, and then the one dude who's being, I don't even know his name, the random
glasses dude who's a
the
jackass.
random glasses MP who's a dick.
Did Niall drink it? I hope
I don't remember.
I hope not.
I mean, they've been doing this for God knows how long.
I mean,
so
everybody else was hammered and he wasn't.
Levi's definitely not a drinker, I would imagine, so he should be safe.
Well, they still don't know, like, what if Ackermans can even
become anything.
Yeah, because they even said with Mika said they're like, we don't know what an Ackerman is if you are an Eldian or not. So,
dear Lord, and probably the most insane moment for me in this episode. What is the very next thing is just Falco just taking the bottle to his head. I didn't know how the serum worked. I thought the second he got slapped,
it cracked his skull and it bled into like the hole. In his
I
skull.
thought it was.
I thought you were gonna change. You thought he was gonna change immediately.
Right too. Yeah,
I thought this building was going ground zero. Gabby too. I thought like I thought Gabby and him were about to become dumb titans. I thought like the family above was about to become dumb titans. I was scared that even Jean was gonna become like a titan because he was about to drink that drink. I still think Falco's... I think Falco's still going to become one. I don't know if they're going to be able to get the liquid out, because we know Falco's probably going to become either the Beast or... I initially thought Aaron...
Sets up for him to eat a Titan.
I initially thought he would be Aaron's, because that was my initial go-to with like him reaching for the sky. But the bird thing works more if he becomes like a birded beast. If that even still is a thing, which we still don't have confirmation on, but like we've been spitballing that for quite some time now.
Yeah, that was so intense. And I want to say one thing, like, I openly wasn't a fan of Sasha in the beginning of the show. What they've done with her character after she's gone has been, like, amazing. And I feel bad because, like, you know, you don't get to enjoy her while she's here. But everything she's meant for literally every episode that she's died, I mean, she's, like, a major, like, catalyst for what's going on.
Huge.
And it's awesome.
A hero.
Yeah, and a hero, but also, like, half the reason why people are going to be fighting, and like this whole situation blew up because she died.
Yeah,
and it also brought. I mean, the scouts were already coming here because the wine thing, but like everything just blew up the way it did because of Sasha's death.
Yeah.
So
it's made for some stellar episodes.
Yeah,
some of the most stellar.
Her death has been an avalanche.
Yeah, and I'm not
one thing after another.
I'm not happy that she's dead.
No, neither am I.
But it's like.
I was really starting to like her now.
What they did was cool with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I know people think we're confused. We understand that. So, she was written in the manga, when they were writing the manga for what would have been season 2 era, was when she was supposed to die. In the manga, they kept it. It wasn't the show. We know that she's in the manga up to season 4, and this happened as the manga wanted it. When I was saying in the comments, I probably just didn't iterate it or like articulate it.
I might have like said it in a wrong way, saying that she definitely died in season 2. I meant that she was like they planned to write her off, but they kept her in.
Yeah, not that the anime took the liberty to keep her alive, and that the manga is different. We know that she's in the manga. Just want to clarify that because I feel like past like 3 different times people have been confused or think that we're confused. So we probably just didn't execute it.
In fairness, too, people in the comments commented like early on back in like season 2 was like, oh, she was dead in this part actually. Like there were people who commented that. It's like, what? Okay.
Yeah.
So that could also lead to like the confusion.
It's always the trouble because these come out long after we have any time to like reiterate something in immediacy because we do these weeks in advance. So we try to like what we say now, we're stuck because this will be coming out
for like a month.
Yeah, later down the line, so we can't like change anything. So anyway, enough of that. But yeah, I mean, I'm Sasha. I'm very not thankful for her death, but like I'm so glad that how meaningful it is. I didn't and people were saying like, and I was reading today or maybe it was last week. People were writing like, oh, it's gonna mean a lot. Just wait, and I was like, I wonder how much. And like I thought it would end for last episode. I thought last episode was like the end. Sorry, 2 episodes ago with
it was gonna be
Gabby and Falco, like them joining with Kaya, like
the way
they don't even need to do any more with Sasha. Like this was so fantastic, made for one of the best episodes of season 4. Personally, like y'all had me literally like falling out of my.
You were
couch.
on the edge of your seat.
I fell out of the couch because I was so bloody scared because of what all this meant for the characters, and it's been done so well too. Because like. All these characters were so central to Sasha's character too. Like, Gabby being the one to do it, Niccolo coming out of nowhere in the story being like this lover character, and then also being a vital person who knows secret info. Also, the whole entire Browse family being brought in, as well as people that Sasha had an effect on. You just wouldn't have expected it. I mean, you couldn't have seen it either. Like, it's not something you could have predicted until like the funeral happens, because you forget that these players are even out there in the world. Like, people don't tell me you're still thinking of Mr. Braun being really out there in the world when you're watching this show. Like, there's no way you can predict these things until like it's like happening. Mr. Browse. Yeah. Like, but it's just so crazy because it doesn't feel like it's coming out of nowhere, even when it does come out of nowhere, because these are deep-seated things from before.
Yeah,
it's so great.
Let's swap the SIM card because it's got like 3 minutes left. Okay, can we talk about like Levi's like?
Oh yeah, you will have to fill me in on a lot of that. I got caught up looking at the trees, visuals. And then like 20 seconds in, I was like, I didn't read any of that.
Did you want to rewatch it real quick, or did you?
Do you think you know it well enough that you could?
I mean, he was basically just kind of like.
Because I don't know any of it. I'm telling you right now. I mean, we can replay it.
It was something like he saved Aaron so many times, only for him to basically just like stab him in the back.
He was just so blown away by he was like this is the hope. Like I put all my Aaron was like the hope of the world. I put all my faith in Aaron. I lost so many comrades. And remember, like that, we haven't really touched on that with Levi in a long time, but like that was his thing. And the moment we were introduced to him is like he's like devastated over losing a brother. You know what I mean? Like, and it's unreal.
Oh yeah, I forgot the blood
and his.
Wow, yeah.
That
really goes back to the beginning.
Yeah, it really does. And we had this big callback with like all the scenes in the background. Yeah. You know, you see Petra and the Levi squad and Erwin and all the other scouts that we lost, Meech along the way, all to save Aaron and protect him and to prop him up to be this great hope for this world. And he's just completely flipped it on or great hope for their world.
Yeah.
And he just completely flipped it on its head and betrayed them and just ruined it. And he said, like, at one point, he's like, what a farce. Like, I can't believe that this is what it's amounted to. All of my, like, he was like, what was I doing this all for?
Yeah.
And, it's crazy. And I feel bad. And, like, honestly, like, Levi is probably one of my favorite characters overall, and maybe not necessarily like I think he has really good writing in his character personally, and he might not be the best written character of the show, but between him, his character writing, and the voice actor, and just who he is, like I love him, and it's just crazy. I'm just like, dude, I can't even put into words what that must feel like, that your whole world was nothing at first. You fought to make something of it, and then you're brought along for this great journey and cause, and you developed a care for it, and then you put everything into this kid to save your world, to really try and like end the suffering of your family, your friends, your people, and it's just turned completely over, and now it's going to be 10 times worse.
Yeah.
I know all our characters are questioning him, like, he's not the person, like, back in the day, he would have tried to get Mikasa off the battlefield if she was put in the front lines.
He didn't want to use or hurt Historia.
Yeah, he didn't want Armin to have to do anything that Armin wouldn't have normally done, and now, like, he's
holding them hostage.
He's making Mikasa show up to fight his battles. He's putting Armin in a position that only Armin will be able to execute, where he has to murder thousands of people as the only way to get Eren back to where he needs to be. And, like, even with, like, Captain Levi, like, knowing he's hurting his friends so much, like, I mean, he really I don't think Eren personally is doing this because he's spiting them in any way. Like, I think in his own mind, he fully believes that
he's justified.
Justified in that, like he I don't know. I imagine he's the one who sends the message back to Kruger and Grisha and says, you have to save Mikasa and Armin. Like, make it your top priority. They have to stay alive. Because, like, at the end of the day, like, he wants them to make it to the final outcome. Which is also just bizarre because it doesn't feel like that right now. Like, it feels like he wouldn't have a problem if he really wanted to eat Armin right now. Which is bizarre. Because at the same time, I'm like, at what point... Because I do believe it. He was the one to send that message to Kruger about Armin and Mikasa. Because we know how that thing works. About, like, I'm pretty sure, like... And even with the Tatake... And also, in the moment when he said that in the mirror, I thought he was, like, saying that to, like, when he's fighting Annie. But then I realized, like, it could also very well be, like, the moments, like, where he says to Mikasa, Tatake, because it's, like, word for word the encouragement he gives her when he's being strangled, right?
Yes.
Like, it's... Because her line when she's sitting at Sasha's coffin is, win or, what is it? Live... She says something. It's the lines that he brings up, though, basically. Like, there's two options. You do nothing. You die. You have to fight if you want to live. Fight.
Yeah.
So, but the scenes that are translated. So,
And that involves Mikasa, that scene when he's a child.
What's
makes sense.
What's just really wild is, like, Eren has almost... He has almost predestined himself, actually, to set himself on the path that he currently is on. Because if what I'm saying is accurate, then he's the one who influenced past events that would to influence the future.
It's Bronn.
Kinda like hold the door, but more but with actual intent.
But there was the theory
that was an accident.
Even with the theory though that he messed up the Mad King, too.
Yeah, I mean that never got confirmed, but like. It's like, it's full, it seems like, once again, under the presumption that what I'm saying is actually true and that he is somehow able to go back, like, if that's the case, then he is... But that also answers my question, though. Remember, I was always, like, so off-put by the fact that this kid was doing such...
horrible things.
But he had such such a focus, like, executing, like, when he's killing the guy, he's not, like, scared, he's not shivering, he's stabbing the guy. I mean...
It's like his life was put on autopilot, just like
by older ones.
Yeah,
almost as if older ones literally controlling him.
I almost wonder too, and I kind of thought about this. I don't know. I feel like we brought this up before, but like, I almost wonder if he's propping himself up to be a bad guy and ruin all this stuff. Because remember how the whole thing about like Reiner, not yet. You know, I can't. Mm-hmm. They say I can't kill you, or I can't deal with you
right now.
It's not like I can't kill him right now. Okay. Something like that.
Like, I almost wonder if it's like we're gonna set up
the Marley.
No, but okay, sorry. This is a little bit of a rabbit hole. Just try and follow my thought process. But so they brought up in this episode like the kids, and like the kids have been a super focus this season. Like the Marleyan warriors, and really specifically Gabby and Falco, and Mr. Bros brought up later on, like, you know.
It's all about the children.
It's just like the forest whole analogy of like Sasha spent too much time running around the forest and like got herself hurt.
Children of the forest.
Yeah, children of the forest. And then like we need to protect our children and get almost like he was saying, like get them to a safe spot. But then my mind was starting to think of like, what if Eren is doing all this to get because we've already theorized Falco getting
one of the
Titans,
one of the big ones,
or even if he got both. I mean, it could be possible. But I wonder if like Aaron is setting himself up to be like this devil, so that the good guy, or like the children of like that he can brainwash into doing whatever needs to be done. Like maybe the rumbling or whatever like the solution is that Aaron has come up with his head is like so bad, but it would require like sacrificing himself morally and like physically. Like I need to do this thing that's gonna make me so bad, and the way it fixes and gets rid of all the Titans is if you end up killing me.
That's what I thought you were getting to.
Yeah, that's what
you were like, I need Falco to kill me.
Yeah, I need Falco to kill me, or I need Falco to eat me.
Yeah.
Take on like the end all be all of everything, all the Titans, and then just be done. You know, like we're through. I don't really have like logistically.
What would he? So you think like he would kill all the Colossals or whatever? Like, what do you mean by like eat Aaron and fix the problem?
Well,
find his own way to like
finish off.
Like, I feel like you're saying like he wants Falco like stop me, Falco, stop me what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, almost like to prop him up to be the hero, or try and get rid. Like in my mind, the problem really is Titans. Like as long as Titans are around and people remember the past, like there's an issue. Like, because there's this deep-seated, never-ending Eldian hatred. Like, even if you get rid of all the Titans, it's not going to stop the persecution of Eldians. So I feel like if an Eldian can manage to defeat the final boss Eldian, that's really, like, the biggest baddie of the world, and get rid of all Titans, because if he somehow manages to get rid of, like, the Titan Shifter ability and get rid of like the Colossals, then that could mean like it is finally done.
Yeah.
And just because of the whole dream thing with Falco in the beginning of the series, like I know he said he was flying, but I don't remember anything else.
He had a sword too, right?
Swords.
Warhammer.
I was flying out of swords. Something like that.
Yeah, well, regardless, I mean, if that's the case, then he gets all 9, if we're going off like that assumption. So, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of out there. I don't really have all the pieces put together, but that's just like something that's kind of like gone over my head, or gone over in my head.
I thought when you were talking about like what he might be doing with Reiner, I thought it might be cool if like his hope for Reiner is
him to be the hero too.
Is to set Reiner up to be like the hero of Marley and the Eldian people, who like sacrifices him. Like, I can't kill Reiner now. He has to put on a show where he dies trying to fight me and saves people or something. Like let him die the hero that he always dreamed of being, but he was ripped of because of the warped life he was forced into. Like, let him be the actual hero instead of, because that's what he wanted. That's why he wanted to do everything. He said it, like he selfishly wanted to be a hero for people that they would remember or whatever, even apart from his dad and mom being together. Like, that's also what he wanted. He wanted to be the hero. Unbeknownst to him, his whole life of being a hero was nothing, because when he got back to Marley, no one cared.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still being spat at, laughed at, like, his suggestions about how to go about Paradise being made fun of. Like, he's not gained any hero status. He's putting the barrel in his mouth, so they could be like Aaron's, here's my gift to you.
Yeah.
I can't kill you now. You have the jaw. I'm not going to fight you. You have... That instead of, like, originally I was like, maybe he just needs him to open the walls, but I think it could be more like a caring thing, because he understands where Reiner is 100%.
Yeah.
There was something else I wanted to... Oh, real quick, just finishing up the whole Aaron and just the potential of, like, him being the influencer. Like, I just still think it works well, too, because, like, he's also murdering the guys... I don't know. I just still find that moment very off-putting. It's still one of the most shocking and jarring moments in the entire series for me.
Yeah. And they brought it up this season again too.
And even it could even explain like every moment where Aaron has pulled through when you thought he couldn't, like when he's in his dream state and Armin says, "I wanted you to see the sea," and then he goes to that whole monologue of his birthright. Remember the whole thing that he gets triggered when he hears, not triggered, but like he hears Willie say the same thing of like, because I'm born in this world. That's the thing that woke him up. It's the whole thing about freedom too. So it's like maybe every instance where like the freedom part comes into it too is like this Aaron who's obsessed with freedom is like going in, spilling in. You
What happened?
battery this time.
It was like at a 3/4 when we switched to SD.
I didn't even look.
I just want to know how many more episodes there are gonna be.
Yeah, I do too.
It's so good.
Well, once we get to the end of it, we can Google it, or maybe we can.
Is
say,
it known?
I don't know.
I
I mean,
don't
people could surmise from what they think. Hey, the manga had this many chapters. This stuff they didn't cover in the anime, so maybe it'll be 10 episodes or something.
Yeah. And the last thing I was just saying real quick to finish off with Aaron and freedom, or like the boulder scene where that's the first time I ever took notice of the freedom. It's funny that like I never even saw the freedom thing as like a big thing until you told me that that's like what they were talking about up on the wall, Kruger and Grisha. I completely missed that. But it's funny because like the first time I ever noticed freedom, because it's when I really started to like the show, was that guy Ian that Pixis puts in charge. Yeah. And he sacrifices his life to pull out one of the guys. And that's the whole freedom speech. That's the first time you ever hear the freedom speech. And I at the time, I didn't know that was going to be one of the main points of the show, but I thought it was cool because I was like, oh yeah, soldiers giving their lives so that people can be free in the world or whatever. Because that's what it meant at that time. But little do we know the greater meaning of what the show is going to be.
Well, we already touched on, the whole Nicolo thing. Nicolo drags in what's her name, Gabby and Falco, and holds Falco up with a knife, and is ready to kill Gabby right then and there.
And he also says the dad.
Yeah, he said you can do it.
You can do it, but if you don't, I will.
I will. Yeah, and I mean, it's not right.
No.
I'm not condoning it at all, but I understand where he's coming from, especially you've been traumatized and heartbroken over her, and this little girl just bragged about it. Like, it was awesome. I did it. Like, I can understand that visceral reaction. And, it, I know the scouts popped in and stopped it all from happening and took Gabby away. Mikasa and... Oh, no, they didn't take her away just yet. She was still in the room, but...
Yeah.
They, just the fact that the way Mr. Browse, handled it. I mean, I figured, I was it was one of two options. He's either going to be forgiving because their family seems so understanding. On a next level of, these are children really playing in this world. It's hard. Not that you can't hold children accountable, but these are children fighting wars because of what adults and their relatives have done in the past.
Yeah.
It was great to see him do that. I mean, that was probably the first real bit of forgiveness that Gabby has ever seen. Actually enacted in life,
and that's the most meaningful because it's
it was directly as a result of what she did.
Yeah, and it's another thing that makes 2x2 the home episode with Sasha so much better is because I kind of missed it when we first watched the show, but on rewatches, I got more understanding of that episode because that's the whole point of that episode was I think I mentioned it also briefly last 2 episodes ago, but the whole point is that the issue with humans is that we get caught up in old ways of thinking, or I mean that's what the issue of that episode was, but what it's supposed to be the analogy for the grander scheme is all these people, what that whole dinner scene is everybody's holding past sins and not willing to let go, and that's the biggest issue.
Yeah.
And we've seen it time and time again, just this season alone of with Kaya yelling at Gabby, you're saying we did these bad things, but my mom died. Why did she have to die? And she, well, my friends died because of what you guys did. And then Nicolo said it right here, and Nicolo was even I don't care what loss you had. What matters is my loss. It's the same thing, and no one's willing to just stop and realize what's happening. Yeah. So Mr. Browse also just bringing that up too.
Being the wisest one in the room, really.
And saying, as older people too, we will see it longer. We will become more keen to seeing who's hurting who in the process. But, the task of the adults is to, establish that doesn't matter for the next generation. New kids, clean slate, shouldn't be feeling the oppressiveness of something that somebody like them might have done.
Yeah.
Like, but what's horrible too is like right after this like ends up, like Kaya's right back into the heat of it.
I mean,
poor girl. Like,
again, another like it's hard because
after she just the episode before seemed to have an understanding of it.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's a lot easier to see the understanding and have an understanding when it's not the person that actually caused you direct harm.
Yeah.
Like Kaya can separate. Like I think
because the Titan ate her mom, so it's not like there's anyone to blame.
Yeah.
But as soon as there's like an immediate devil in front of you, it's easy.
But even so, like she could pseudo blame Gabby and Falco for her parents' time because your people did this. You know what I mean? Like your cousin or uncle or whatever Reiner is to her, I think it's cousin, like broke the wall, which then led to all these things happening, and my mom died because of it.
Mm-hmm. She can separate because there's enough separation.
But because there's enough separation, she's like, I understand. So, but like, it's not your fault, but it's different when the person who actually pulled the trigger is literally sitting right in front of you. I mean, like the
for
one
another instance.
Yeah, I mean, that was insane. I just felt so bad for like everyone in that situation.
Yeah, it's also really cool that Niccolo is so understanding too. Like as soon as like he heard the speech from another adult, like he just felt the weight so heavily that he just fell over, and Jean and Connie were just holding him because he like.
I think they were subduing him though.
That they were subduing him and holding him though.
Yeah, I think it could be a bit of both because like he stopped lashing out after hearing the speech. Like I don't think he was any more of a threat after that speech. I think like he realized because he's also willing to tell them everything too. Like that's somebody submitting. Like he's openly giving info that just like Anya Capone. Doesn't need to give out the info and can hold it to their own benefit, but is openly saying stuff that they felt was shady. So that shows that both Niccolo and Anya Capone are completely not a part of Zeke's plans.
They're innocent.
They were keen, or one of them was keen about the info, the other was not, but both of them are, as far as innocence can go, are separate from the scheming.
Yeah. You think he was, what was the word, keen on it?
Anya? Or Niccolo? Niccolo
I think he
not.
just put the pieces together.
Well, that's what
Niccolo
he said.
that
he
was
said, I
realizing it.
assumed that this is what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Because he knew of that story of Zeke from 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And because Yelena seemed to be moving... Yelena said specifically, feed this to the high-ranking MPs.
He said that it was very odd, too, because like, they placed a lot of wine on the ship, more so than you would ever need for a voyage. So it was, like, mass-produced to get spread massively to the people. So, like, he realized something was up, but he ignored it and didn't think too much on it, because at the time he was aligned with those people, so he didn't question it. It's the same thing with Jean. Like, Jean says, well, you didn't let me drink it. And he's like, yeah, I don't really know what's going on. It's because he's conflicted. He realized shady stuff was happening, but he was turning a blind eye, because morally he was sided, or ideology, he sided with the Marley at the time. But he's also realizing, like, these people aren't terrible people. It's why he was conflicted in this whole episode, and why ultimately I think he ended up siding with our guys, the scouts.
Yeah.
Speaking of people who are not siding with the scouts.
Well, hold on. Before we get to that, I just want to touch on one thing. They took Falco in the other room to try and drain his mouth of the... Which we already talked about a little bit, but
it's too late.
I doubt that he didn't get a hold of it, so he's going to definitely turn into a Titan.
I don't know why that hurts me so much. The kid is just so... Like, I just want him to just be so far removed, but at the same time, like...
Because he's a good kid. He's in this... And not once in this whole show have we ever seen him view Eldians as devils.
Yeah.
Or the island people as devils. Like, he's just doing what he has to because he's, like, in that system of doing it. But really, he's also... I mean, after that whole Reiner conversation, he's doing it because he wants to protect Gabby. Like, he loves and cares for the girl. Even though she's kind of crazy. But, like, it happens.
Yeah.
And... You know, they're trying to save him, but he's definitely... I mean, he's got that in him. I think that he will become a Titan shifter at some point, but he's definitely going to become a mindless or a pure Titan for a little bit at least.
Yeah.
the other thing is, Armin and Mikasa, after saving Gabby, took her into another room. And it was so crazy, too, because before that, it's just like, Armin's sitting there, and she's like, why did you guys... Gabby's like, why did you save me? And we're like, I don't know, we just did.
Yeah, we don't have a reason.
Like, we don't have a reason. And then she's like... She's just talking about, like, you know... I hate, and I killed this person, and why didn't you kill me? And then Armin's like...
Dude, all you think about is kill this, kill that.
And he's just like, it's just like someone I know.
Yeah.
You're just like someone I know. Which is... It's true, because that's really all Eren has ever thought of is kill this person, kill that. I need to kill all the Titans. I'm going to kill everything. You know.
So there's a strong reason why Eren suspiciously looks a lot like Gabby too. It's like they're trying to show it heavily that they are like in themselves pretty much the same person with a couple adjustments.
Yeah. Also, this is funny, but from the video that came out, I knew what you were saying when you were like, oh, I thought that was Gabby. Because even in the video, I'm like, oh, I see how you thought that was Gabby. Yeah. But then the picture side by side, I was like, oh, shit, dude, that really looks like Gabby.
And I still feel like Peaks looks like Mikasa in that one.
From that angle,
in that depiction. Like, it was the same hair that she had. I don't know if you saw what I ended up putting up, but, like, it looked like her with Peaks with the ponytail. Peaks, who has yet to show up, but she is somewhere in the midst of these people as well. Pretty close by. She was in the city, right?
Yeah, she was in some city.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's just crazy just to see everything's coming full circle. I mean, like, season 4 has been all like almost like rehashing of events, but from different angles and different POVs, and just like history repeating itself with different characters, even within, like, you know, just 2 generations separated. And then we had the bad Jaegerists enter the building.
I love that. Yeah. Jaegerists. Not coined by Nile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Flock holding them all at gunpoint, saying, tell us where Zeke is now. And they also rejected the negotiation for the military. So they don't even care that the military's like, we'll submit to you. Like, they're just like, whatever. Because we know Pixis is just scheming behind the scenes to try and take the founding Titan back.
For sure.
Yeah.
Pixis is on it, and they know.
Yeah, I mean, of course. Like, that's kind of why I didn't even feel like talking about it last episode. Because, like, they're not actually going to submit. I mean, it's either one of 2 options.
That was crazy, though, that they even considered it, though. That was pretty awesome. That they were like, let's see what Eren has to say. What's his angle?
True, but it's also like, they're going to just say that just to buy time till they can, like, okay, someone run in, cut off both his arms, and then you turn into a Titan real quick and eat him. Like, I mean, like, that's what their plan probably would have been.
That's also crazy, too, because now it seems like Eren doesn't need to draw blood. He doesn't need to draw blood. He grabbed Hanji and just did it.
That's what I said in the reaction. I said, off just pure willpower, he can just turn into a Titan, basically.
Minor scratch from shaving.
Maybe. Yeah, Flock is crazy.
Did Laura need... I mean, I know she was injured from the thing, but did she need to cut herself at all?
Remember, she had blood coming out of her head.
She was bleeding a lot.
Yeah, true.
But it is odd, too, because Eren did, like, slice his hand. We can get to that moment in a little bit. But he did slice his hand. So maybe... Or even, like, just now, too, coming walking in. So I wonder, like, what was different in the jail cell
versus that.
Maybe because he was just doing the Tatake, like, his willpower is so pumped up right there that he doesn't need to get a little boost to help him. I don't know. Because he was, yeah.
But yeah, they essentially took all the scouts hostage and the family.
Yeah.
And they knew about the whole. They knew the plan the whole time. Yeah. Like, they knew that the MPs were taking it. So Flock and them are all in on it.
What a face from Flock, by the way.
That was tough.
A face.
That smirk was.
Oh my gosh.
That smirk was. That was good.
That should be the thumbnail.
Yeah, it was a really good face.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got to be.
And that or that, yeah, that could be both.
Put them both on there or something.
It's so cool, and Flock is starting to become like very a nice opposing counter threat. That's also with. It's nice that there's like good, strong characters on both sides that like are nice to the conversation. It's always fun. What?
And to follow.
Yeah, like characters like Flock are always interesting. To me, like, I just love the show cannot be or exist and be as good without characters like Flock. Like, Jean was the original type of alternate opinion in season 1, which is why I gravitated so strongly to him. Is like everybody was so one way of thinking when it came to life and reality that Jean was so exciting to watch because he was the opposite. He brought up like all kinds of different perspectives to make the kids think about like their actions. Not that Flock is the exact way. I mean, he might have been that for season 3 to speak for like the people that aren't getting mentioned. But it's also nice to just have a face now to like. Flock is the face of the people that support Eren Yeager in believing that the end goal justifies everything that is done. And it seems like there are. I mean, Flock is not the minority. Flock seems to now be the face of the majority of people in this city. I mean, I don't know if Flegel is one of the Jaegerists.
We never saw any of the characters that we actually knew as
or the newspapers, but like those people, as soon as Zachary got chucked out the building last episode,
give your hearts.
Sasagio, they were like, now's the perfect time to riot because things are shaping up to benefit what we want, which is Eren outside the prison. It's also just so wild that like, and it makes so much sense too. Like a lot of Eldians are probably gonna be super super for murdering all the people that are coming to oppose them.
Yeah.
Like they will fit the bill just as much as Willie wanted the rest of the world to fit the bill for wanting to fight the Eldians. Like basically Eren and Willie are the master planners for getting the two sides to feel exactly how they're supposed to feel for the conflict to take place.
Yeah.
It's just awesome.
Yeah. And then Eren pops up. And he says he wants to talk with the two of them, Armin and Mikasa.
And Gabby's there.
And Gabby is there. I don't know if that's happenstance or if he actually needs to talk to her too, but I feel like probably just Eren and Mikasa. What could he have to say at this point? Do you think it's going to be like a join me type of deal? Like, hey, I want you guys to help out.
Or hey, run that way and don't stop running because I'm going to do something that way.
It could be also the scarf thing we were talking about too. Like if it's the join me or not, take the scarf off. This is the time. We were talking about the symbolism. Yeah. Now's the perfect time. If that's what it is, this is the perfect time for Mikasa to take her stance. Like there's no better time because I don't know when she will ever get to see face to face Eren Yeager, because this man is the mythic of all mythic humans, and he has a goal, and he's not going to sit around and talk after this conversation. Like in my opinion, this is probably the last time they will have to make any stance on how they feel with him, because he doesn't have time for this.
Yeah.
His standard conversations aren't what he's trying to wait around for. I mean,
he didn't care when Hanji came to him. He was like, dude, get out of my face. What do you want?
Yeah, I'm trying to prep right now. So if he's coming here, I really do feel like this is the last exchange for them to make a choice. Well, how do you think they'll feel? Do you think Mikasa will side? Do you think she won't?
She's completely torn right now. I'm with you. Like I was watching our reactions before I came here, and Armin just is like, this is a totally different person. I don't trust you anymore. You aren't my friend.
It could get ugly too. Armin is very not like Mikasa right now. He's very separated from Armin right now.
He's solid-mindedly thinking like that we can't change him. This is the path he's chosen, and I can't be on that path.
I mean, although he is willing to talk to him, though, I think Armin is.
He wanted that talk. He did say he wanted to talk.
Armin has. I don't think Armin's fully given up. He's definitely on the side of like, this is a different Eren. This isn't the same guy, but Armin hasn't given up hope. He still wants to try and work things out with this guy and see what can happen. I just don't know. I just don't see.
Can I read that? I want to know the name of the next episode.
Do you want me to tell you? Savagery.
Okay, that's great. Savagery.
I just don't think. I just don't think there is any convincing of Eren anymore.
No.
Like, I guess when we called him a psychopath one episode, it wasn't like he's a sociopath. Like at this point, you know what I mean? Like he's so hell bent on like just doing.
My way's the only way.
My way's the only way. I am. Like, I mean, he essentially just views and plays himself as God at this point. Like there is no telling him no. There is no like. I mean, he even told me or Hanji in that previous episode, like, I literally could kill you right now.
Yeah,
like there's no reason for me not to kill you and not break out of this room right now.
Yeah.
So what do you even have to say to me?
Yeah.
This is so great. This is why this has such rewatchability. Like the rewatch quality is so present, and why shows need to look at this one when they make their own scripts, because like even thinking to season 1 now, like what does Levi say to Eren when they are riding those horses away from the female Titan? And all he wants to do is look back and fight. And Levi says to him, like, I can't make that decision for you. Like,
do whatever you want.
But not even that, like he says to Eren, like, it's very clear that I cannot cage you. Like, there is something in you that
cannot be controlled.
Cannot be controlled, and it's not the Titan.
Yeah.
He's like, it is not the Titan. And just with what you're saying now, it's like, that it's really just has come full circle. The man has never... He has changed, yes, but he hasn't really changed.
No.
Like, he has always really been this guy.
Yeah.
It just has taken a while.
It's just taken an extreme measure. Like, it's grown to an extreme level. Like, I just wouldn't have... Not that I wouldn't have expected it, but I just wouldn't have, like, really seen that it got to this point of him behaving this way. Yeah, I don't know. What?
Finish your...
I was just gonna... You're good. I was gonna ramble on.
The very opening of this entire series, was Eren's hand also bleeding when he woke up, or no?
I don't think so. I think he reached for the sky like Falco did, and woke up crying from the visions that we broke down in the season 3 finale. Also, by the way, we never really brought it up, but I think we got confirmation on one of the images, the dolls and the toys. It's the memories he gets from the Warhammer Titan. It's the toys that are in the room with the children.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks different because Mappa took over. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the same scene. It's not exact. There's one more image, though, we still haven't seen, which is the red-coated soldier that's like a wax figure or something that's like melted or broken. I don't know what that would be, though.
Kilos? Melting?
Could be. The
rumbling.
I don't know. Also, while we're talking about things that are like kind of out there and unnatural, there's been the tree symbolization quite a bit, and that's like one of the only things I still haven't placed, and it's we saw it with the Warhammer Titan while we're still talking about the Warhammer Titan, and it's the end credits, and I was kind of wondering like the Ymir thing. How much do you think that will play a role, like the idea of like the original stuff? Would you ever think we'll get like a moment where we get to go back and see what actually occurred? Also, just because like since we're looking at Anya Capone too, up on the Brave Volunteers episode, like he brought up the now complete opposite of, like he basically brings up what Aaron Kruger says, like people can choose to believe in the God or the devil, and it really comes down to what they end up believing in. But like at the end of the day, I feel like there has to be a definitive like answer, because there is a power with Titans, and there has to be a devil or a god or something in between.
That's good, because earlier when we started the discussion, I was going to ask you, do you still think the previous recording you were asking us if we think we're going to see the devil of all Earth? Do you still think we are?
Well, that goes hand in hand with mine. Like, do you think it is a devil of all Earth? Do you think it is a god? Do you think it is sentient beings from another place? Do you think it's Eren from the far future who went back in time? Like what do you think it could be?
I mean, I feel like if anything, like we will not get that answer until like
part 2.
Yes.
Final episode of the series, just like what wrapping up. Like, hey, what was this all for? You know what I mean? Like, because that's one thing that I just think is weird. Like, what is the point of? Like, what was the point of all this? Like, what was the point of bringing Titans to this world?
Yeah.
You know, and not that there has to be a point, but just, like, why?
Yeah.
Why would it be there? Why would this be a thing? And I do think it has to be a definitive, it's either one or the other. Like, it's either God playing a weird trick on humanity, or it's a devil that's come to ruin life on this earth. But for that. Oh god.
The Fritzes had that book that talks about the devil of all Earth. And Frida,
yeah,
she had the crazy eyes, right? So you would think she would know about it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just tough because we've had that story.
And why tell his story about it?
Yeah, well, we've had that. We've had the story of, the Marleyan side, and then the whole like the one thing that bothers me about this show is that like they tell stories and then they like 5 episodes later say that it's fake or a lie, or who knows what to believe because this is the other side of the story. I don't hate it. It's just
Heath Ledger's Joker.
I just want to know,
Yeah.
but they say like. They say that, the devil of all Earth gave the power to Ymir, and then later on, like, the whole, like, Helos defeating the devil of all Earth isn't supposed to be, like, the devil, it's supposed to be King Fritz. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, what are we even talking about at this point? Like, we're using the same name for different things.
Well, yeah, so Anya says, like, when he's asked about his dark skin, they said...
God favored me or something. He wanted me to stand out.
Our creator wanted to have a mix of people, and he wanted to be wanted. And they said, "Well, who created us?" And he says, "Yeah." He basically says like God, whatever.
You want.
But he said. Oh, he said.
No, he mentions the
he
Ymir.
said when he says God, he says he says it. Well, it's the man who gave Ymir the power of the Titans, God, or whatever. The person who gave Ymir the power of the Titans, God. So. That's establishing that the figure, the little devilly figure who's handing it off, could also be God. So it's the whole thing with Aaron Kruger. Like it really comes down to what you believe in. I just personally feel like, if I was to choose which one I would want it to be a God who hands off the power of the Nine, and what the original intent of the Nine was to be is what the scrolls were that Grisha found, was that they were supposed to help people shape the world and live happy lives or whatever, and be defenders of the people.
But
and
then got twisted.
It got twisted. It got perverted. They were used. There had to been a fall. See, that's where I feel like the devil part comes in. Like, just how like Yelena looks at the Beast Titan as a god. Some people look at it as a devil. So in my mind, I would assume there is a god who gave the power to people. People then became the devils themselves.
Damn.
And then like.
There was the Ymir.
And then like that's where the pure Titans come from, through the perversion of intermingling when you're not supposed to. Definitely Nephilim. Like that's hand for hand. That's what it's like the Giants.
Yeah.
Wow. That's what I think. If I had to make a choice right now, that's what I think is like what the truth is.
God and then perverted into God and then humanity perverting it into devil.
Yeah. That would be awesome if that's what it is, personally.
That's a good idea. The tree thing, I think... Sorry, because we
sorry.
No, that's good.
The tree,
I think, honestly, that's kind of just going to be like a Yggdrasil thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
tree life.
I think it's supposed to be the same thing as, like, the connection of all...
Eldians.
Of all Eldians. Like, we all relate back to this coordinate, this one thing. So...
Aaron?
Yeah, I mean, well, whoever holds the founding at that point. But that's what I feel like the Yggdrasil thing means, of like whatever hand and person that we see reaching out to at the end, is that it all comes from one thing. Or it all comes from one thing, or it all leads from one thing, or both. I mean, it can mean both ways, considering there's, like, roots from a tree and where it grows out. Like, they can all both come and go from the same spot.
When they get all 9, he'll become a tree.
That's what I'm thinking.
And that's when they glow.
Well, not just the tree. That's just
the symbolism of it.
I mean, the War Titan already did it though, so you don't need 9.
Yeah, but I don't really know if that. But I don't think
a giant tree once you eat the Colossal.
Yeah, but I don't know if it really matters. That I don't think the Warhammer tree thing necessarily matters of like the tree in the ending credits.
No.
I mean, it could just be that that's part of the 1/9 of what the tree is, like the creation part of it. Dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to know. Like, remember how I was saying, like if there's spirits they could all symbolize like different aspects of life. Like I said, the cart titan is only really used for like helping people. So it could be like I said that like the brother's keeper type of titan. The warhammer has been used for war, but maybe like its initial intent was to be like the shaping of reality. And Aaron's thing being like, I don't know if it's the founding or the attack that has it, but like connecting people from the past to the present to the future. And then
what's the Colossal?
A leader, a guide, a guidance. I don't know. I mean, it's
The
Baratold.
reset button.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's Baratold, and Baratold.
It's all Baratold.
I'm just trying to think of like Baratold and Armin, like the two people. I'm trying to see the similarities to see what they could symbolize.
Baratold, the devil of all earth.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. I don't have anything else though. It's always the Sasha episodes that are somehow able to make me feel like I'm able to like think of things outside the box. Great episodes. I think this is. I will have to wait for part 2 to see how I feel, but I would say as of right now, and I always do this based off like parts, so not like the full seasons. So like part 1 of season 1, part 2 of season 1, season 2 by itself, and then season 3 split up. I would say season 4 is easily a runner-up for being the number 1 spot.
Yeah.
Not that every episode has been super amazing, but like consistently the episodes have been completely like even season 3 part 2 that had bangers like Hero, Midnight Sun, and Perfect Game, or even That Day. There was definitely episodes in that were like easily passerby. Where this, it's like almost every episode has been like thought-provoking for me, and like has held up consistently with what this season is by itself.
Yeah.
So, but I still need to see more, so I'll let it come to its conclusion.
I'm gonna make one prediction. I think that the next few episodes are really going to wrap up the whole like Zeke, Levi, and Historia like coming together, and I think that it's gonna end on Marley showing up or doing their counterattack. Like starting their counterattack, whatever.
Yeah.
Like whether it's like them riding the boats and they're like, "We're here, motherfuckers," or if it's like them just like appear. Well, Peaks is already there. So maybe it'll be like the Titans attack. Like they could be like trailing the Jaegerists, because I'm sure if they're in town, they're probably learning about what's going on.
As I was gonna say, did anybody notice any like tall, stocky, blonde-haired characters from the back or anything?
No.
Redoing the beginning of this series, but just in Paradise?
Yeah, no, I didn't see that.
No, nobody caught anything.
Of what?
Like Reiner in the background.
But it's just the back of him. Like they did Aaron the entire beginning, or John. Nobody caught any of that?
No, I have not. There's been so much stuff to pay attention to. I've easily not seen easily not been seen. I couldn't even pay attention to the Levi scene. Yeah. I mean, I think it's fair to say also with the thumbnail and the Savagery title that Levi is going to be going to fight right now, because Zeke can only wait so long. Like the cat's out of the bag. People know what he's up to, so he's going to have to make his move in the next. How many? 3 left. 3 left. He has to make them in the next 3 easily. Like there's no longer waiting.
Do you think Levi makes it out of part 1 today? Part 1, season 4, not today, but out of part 1.
I hope.
Yeah, me too.
I really don't want him to die, but I'm just
done
really
like nothing this season.
I'm really worried because of him being around Zeke and Aaron, and he's gonna be surrounded by Jaegerists and pure Titans that Zeke is going to transform.
You said Historia and Zeke as well, but like, what are you thinking with Historia and Zeke? You know.
Well, they said that Aaron wants to meet up with Historia and Zeke. So, again, I assume that baby is either Aaron's or Zeke's. I mean, it's a Jaeger either way.
Yeah.
I didn't think of Zeke being the...
That's what I was going to say. Do you think Historia's in all this, too?
I would imagine she was, because her and Aaron had a connection. I would have imagined that if anyone on the planet that knows what Aaron is thinking right now, it's her. Like, that he shared it or whatnot. But if she has a kid, and that's the, like, you know... I mean, I don't know what the kid what role it plays, because like.
Wait. Question for you.
What?
Historia's pregnant.
Yes.
When did she get pregnant?
She's popping, dude.
I know. But did Aaron? is that the first time we've seen her in modern times?
Yes.
So did Eren get her pregnant before he left Marley? Because if that's the case, then Zeke has a couple months, and we didn't do a huge time skip since being on the island. Because that... Right?
I don't think we've had a huge time skip since being on the island. I think it's like...
So it's never been a time skip. The baby thing, that's just like our first time ever seeing her, which means Eren probably got her pregnant...
Before he left.
Before he left.
Didn't they say he only left like 10 or 9 months ago?
Which works. Yeah.
Well, I mean, even if he could have disappeared.
Which means Zeke still has longer time, is what I'm saying. Like, that means Zeke... I was worried because when they showed the pregnancy, I thought all our people on the island have now been on the island
for a year,
waiting for an attack for multiple months, which means Zeke still has a full year to do whatever he wants. Because I was worried. I was like, that means Zeke's probably going to go relatively soon.
Yeah.
I was like, he only has so much time. But if that's the case, then Zeke can still be a contender. Though, at some point, there can't be two bad guys. So either... Zeke will definitely... I think Zeke will definitely die before Eren if one of them are going, because Eren's the main bloody character. I just think there's a lot more things that need to happen before we lose Zeke. He is such a great time to talk about it real quick. I want to talk about Zeke, just why I enjoy him so much too. And I know we're going really long.
No, I forgot about the glasses thing. I'm sorry.
No, I just remembered it too. I think they do a really cool trick in this show because he is both a very approachable character and then a super non-approachable character. And I think it's all about how they do the glasses. They do this little cool trick where like he... Like, even... I'll have to, like, go to the exact words. But, like, when he's talking to Zeke, he seems super approachable in the... when he's talking to Levi, sorry.
Yeah.
In the beginning, he seems super approachable. Like, you're not, like, worried about him. Like, you just... What he's saying is just, like, him being, like, his weird, witty, jokey self to Levi. And then they do a scene where he's, like, foamed up goggles or spectacles. And then the things he's saying seem mysterious. Like, there's weird intent behind it. So, I just think it's a cool little trick. It's not... Well, it's not super consistent, but they do the thing where it's foggy and not foggy.
Well, they do it in anime too, but maybe not the fog, but they'll do the glare. It's like when they're talking seriously, and it's like, well, hey, you get the whole, the joke, the whole like middle finger push up, but they'll do, they'll be talking, and when it's like a serious moment or they get serious, they like turn an angle and there's a sun or a light glare across the whole thing, and it's like, oh shit, he's being serious. Yeah. They do that a lot in anime, so I would assume it's just like the same thing, but they're not using glare, they're using like the shade or the lack of like the glasses being translucent from like whatever angle you're looking at.
Well, is there like a ongoing joke in anime where like certain imagery is always used the same? Like, the Warhammer Titan has a shot where it's punching like this, and it's the same exact type of shot I've seen in My Hero time and time again, where it's like the pullback. They do like the same similar shots. I've even seen it in Jujutsu Kaisen where Itadori does like this roundhouse and they zoom in on the face and the hand is like this big swing, and it's the same shot every time.
Is it... I'd have to see it. Is it like camera here looking at them?
Camera like does this. Camera like does the thing where like the face is really big. Like think of All Might's big punch when he takes out All For One.
Naruto.
They do it in every anime I've ever seen. They do it.
I just have noticed it.
I think
they've done it recently with Itadori's fight.
I think it's just like an impactful punch.
Yeah,
it's a punch where you can see the full emotion of their face. Because Deku does it too in My Hero.
Yeah.
Like, you get to see the whole, like,
power up.
Yeah, Itadori did it with Junpei. All for One did it to One for All, and then Warhammer did it to do an impactful attack at Eren.
I think Eren did it earlier this season, too.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt
Reiner.
it. Yeah.
Not this season, I mean earlier in the show. No, I'm good.
Alright, guys.
I'm about to pass out.
Yeah, we're going to do our impactful punch. But first, if you guys like this video, make sure you leave a like on it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Comment down below how much you love this season and where you would place it amongst all the other arcs we've had so far. I'm trying to think what else to say. Check out the Patreon if you want to see some of our shows a week in advance. That's Vinland Saga, and that's Attack on Titan, and some more to come up soon because the show is wrapping up. But for the time being, we're going to do our impactful punch. See ya! Bow!
And 70% of you are not subscribed.
So subscribe.
Please do it.